All right, final deck of the day. You know it, you love it. You fought it on the ladder way too many times. It's German Japan aggro. Um, I'll just kind of quickly run through the cards I'm running in my version. That maybe it's slightly different than the ones that you've been seeing. We have your typical kind of Blitz tank package. We're running Panzer II-A's, ADLER command vehicle, fast HEINZ, STKFZs, and Panzer III-5Ts, which work very, very well with our slew of great Japanese one-drop infantry, as well as some of our own German infantry here, notably the 22nd Infantry, drawing us a card every turn if we have the front line. Guess what? We often have the front line with this deck, so it's often drawing us a turn. Some stuff as we go up the curve here, encirclements, which work very, very well, as we saw in that one game previously. With the 34th Infantry Regiment, works very well with a lot of our tanks, especially when we're buffing them with fast HEINZ or BLITZKRIEG. I'm running, with that in mind, I'm running 142nd GEBIRGSJÄGER because they're very good with encirclement. It's also just a solid 2-drop in its own right. Even if you're not running Alpine, just the fact that it's a 3/3 body for 2 that can't be targeted and has slight upside if you play multiples is very good. It works very good with encirclement. It's good at dealing with opposing aggressive decks that might be putting 34th Infantry in the front line. Like if you're on the draw, this is a very good thing to have. Also with that in mind, I am running some FLAMMPANZERs. They're a little slow and a little clunky for our run the opponent down game plan, but the fact is there's just so many other aggro decks in the format right now that I think you want a clean answer to their units. And it has synergy with our fast HEINZ and our ADLER command vehicle, and even our encirclement, so it's not the worst, 3-drop if it is a little bit slow with its 2 operation cost. I'm running a couple amphibious assault to deal with pesky guard units. We also have autocannon and air blitz and comet at the top end to hopefully help us push the final little bit of damage we need to close games out. And Panzer III-H is just pretty much a staple in every German deck at this point. It's just a solid body for the cost, and it gives you not just a card draw but card selection. And because of its cheap operation cost and decent stats, it works fine even in our aggressive game plan. So hop into some games and see if we can run some people down. Old Jube, thanks a lot for the follow. Welcome to KARDS if you're a new player. Welcome to my channel if you're a new viewer. Hope you're enjoying the stream. My plan, guys, is to stream regularly in the mornings to the early afternoons every Friday, starting next week. Yeah, starting next week. So you can check out some gaming action. I mostly am going to be streaming cards, but you never know. Could switch things up every once in a while and play something else. I like these two. Flampanzer against Cherbourg. If he has Jasko, it's great. If he's more aggressively slanted, it's great. Potentially. It's also just a nice chunky body that doesn't die to certain cards. It could be wrong to keep this. I think I kind of want to, though. No, you know what? We probably better off just looking for a really good 1-drop. Yep, immediately punished, and we drew some of the worst draws as well. Just started last week, got my first FM last night. Yeah, congrats. The games, yeah, this is a fantastic game. So hope you stick with it. Keep playing. They got a lot planned for this game in the future. I think it's pretty great already, and there's just so much more great stuff to come. Ooh. I think we might actually just take that out because we don't want him to Awoken Giant us and move that into the front line when we have this and this in hand. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the sentiment I hear from a lot of players, right? It's just this game is such an interesting intersection between card games and history. That's really appealing to a lot of people. So our draws have been pitiful this game. And now there's a question of what to do with this activation. I could take this out in hopes of getting... I think it quite honestly might be what I need to do. Because he's just going to eat this with that. And then all of my other Blitz units are basically useless for the rest of the game. Whereas now I can do something like this and this. He's one away from death just off of these air blitzes. If he doesn't take out both units this turn, I'm feeling confident. I'm assuming we will not ready with this unit, though. Or that will happen, sure. It's really problematic. So we did get punished pretty hard for not keeping that one Flammenpanzer in our hand this game, but honestly, I don't think it was right to keep it. We lost this game mostly because of our draws here. In fact, pretty much entirely because of our poor draws. I'm not even sure I can run this out. Yeah, it's probably fine. Still does 3. This will do 3. If we get another one, it'll do the final 3. Yep, that's game then. Womp womp. If we gotten like one more Blitz unit that game, of which we're running, I don't know, 12, we would have won. It's a nice curve. Again, I don't know that it's correct to keep Flammenpanzers on the play against the US, but he had some movement up there. Either he's feinting a countermeasure or he has careless talk, and he's a US German deck. This would have been a great draw against that that Wildcat, which is not a card you typically see. Huh. I think I'll start with this. Nothing. I think he's holding up air defense that turn. What did we lose? GEBIRGSJÄGER, okay. Okay. has a Woken Giant. Maybe we're not supposed to move that forward because of that. Yeah, I mean, pretty sure we're just supposed to Blitzkrieg here. 100%. That could be wrong. Moving that forward. Sure as hell worked out here. Huh. That gets him down to 6. I should have done that first. Now we're not gonna run this out. I was thinking I'd do this because I was thinking back to the first turn and how he might have Careless Talk, and I was just gonna throw this out as a redraw. But we should definitely Comet here, right? Or we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's more fun, so let's do that. I mean, not much to say about that one. That went pretty typical. I do think it was incorrect of me to move the 22nd forward like I did, though. We did get massively rewarded for it, but there's a good chance that that was not the correct move. Do we toss this back looking for one of our better 2-drops? I think fearing like tokens or just the healing infantry or like a bunch of other things, I'm supposed to keep this. It's also good with encirclement, but keeping encirclement might be wrong. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that as a 1-drop better because it's in smoke screen and he can't try to do like greedy Katyusha plays, blow it up. One drop? Darn. Ooh. worst possible thing you could get. So do I encircle, play this, create 2 3/4s? That's really bad if he's German and he's got Flammenpanzers. I could also play this, hoping to dig for one of our ways to deal with that nice and cleanly. Eh. I think we're on the hope he doesn't have Flammenpanzer or Hammer plan, which is probably not. Oh, okay. It's also pretty bad though. We probably just can't beat a turn 2 first rifles, especially then when he follows it up with artillery. Second Flammenpanzer's not really that appealing. Is it? Oop. At this stage, probably makes more sense to just leave these in hand for a whatchamacallit? Autocannon. So this kills this, we redraw, and he just takes the front line. And I mean, I guess if we draw Amphibious Assault, could be a thing. 2, 3, 4. Alright, whatever. That would have been a nice draw that turn. What, you don't want to give me a redraw? I really would like to see Amphibious Assault, actually. Because if he can't find a guard unit... this Comet can go the distance. Found it. Much too late, but... yeah, but it's just far too narrow in our deck. That only has the one fighter. If you were playing like a German-Japan fighter deck, that would be a really cool combination, because then at least when you didn't find your comets, you could use that on other planes. And there's some interesting planes in Germany. They have a 3-4 fighter that's just... You know, a 3-4 fighter for 3 is like not the worst, but they also have that 6-cost 5-5 that draws you a card. I don't think there's quite enough there to make an air deck out of that, but there might be. This is a pretty solid hand. I think the only thing I would want is something to deal with guard units. But I think that's a pretty good hand otherwise. Play these out on turn 2. And we play those out. Hoping we can dodge a mass pin effect for the next turn. Do I want to play the Panzer? Play the Panzer, shoot this, and then a bunch of these things can kill. I don't think we need to do that. I don't think our hand is set up to beat like just back-to-back like mass pinning effects, so we're just not going to play around it. Have to hope he doesn't have it. There's one. If we get shelling on turn 2, then we're probably dead because we're just gonna die to thingy on the following turn. We have to get under a carpet bombing. We can't play around it. And this is why there are FLAMMPANZERs in the deck. I think I'll save this because we could run off another German tank off the top next turn. I think it's important to kill that. Okay. Do I just go for face here? He's running so low on cards, it might be right to just kill the bombers. Big bucks, no carpet bombing. Big bucks, no carpet bombing. So he knows we have a Comet, so he has to play around that, and he has to heal enough to get past another air blitz as well. In case anyone didn't know, if you look below the stream, you can see a link to my YouTube channel. I post all of the decks that I play every stream there. So you can look at, if you want to go back and look at any of the matches that we played today or ones that I've played in the past, go ahead and check that out. I also post I also post a deck list with every video as well, so that you can you know, work to build the deck yourself if it's something that looks interesting to you. And feel free to comment. You know, if you don't have a full collection and you're missing something and you want suggestions for what to replace it with, just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to come up with a good answer. But it's also best to just kind of ask those questions in the KARDS Discord. A lot of people, a lot of helpful information to find there, a lot of helpful players, people willing to help out new players there. There's always you could always find deck lists and deck suggestions and just discussion on various cards and whatnot. Ooh. I think for resource efficiency's sake we'll do this. GEBIRGSJÄGER I don't think is gonna do much this game. This is good with fast HEINZ if we draw it. It's good with Blitzkrieg if we draw it, and it's good with what we already have in our hand. Does he have a second missing? I don't think the additional damage is worth running this unit into another missing, so we do that. Unfortunate, but not a big deal. Oh, that was a mistake. Well, we'll do that, I guess. It might be right to put out the units instead anyway. Okay. Still might be right to play the FLAMMPANZER here. And we lost our autocannon, so there's no reason to hold this. They really should change this boring black square to the gear symbol. I mean, that's essentially what it's representing. I definitely should have checked for careless talk there by running something else out. I could have also just attacked with the units I had in the front line and played the air blitz, and it would have been much safer. But no justice. Yeah, I think this is a solid hand. Not sure if I should keep the GEBIRGSJÄGER or even the PANZER II-A, honestly. But yeah, I think this is fine. I think we'll actually go 1 into 2 and save this for a future turn. Yeah, like when we can get guaranteed value off of it from a Blitzkrieg, for example. That's too bad. Next turn we can play this, move it up, shoot with 2 things, and then the following turn hopefully our infantry is still around and we can go Panzer 35T into Blitzkrieg and basically end the game. That's also appealing. But I think with Blitzkrieg in hand we want to... Yeah, I also wanted to bait out an air defense too. much damage can we do next turn? That's too bad. That's really unfortunate. So we'll just get a bunch of redraws and then. The Grand Unofficial Standard Limited Tournament. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, I will admit. Probably not, because I'm not a fan of limited. If it was just a standard tournament, I'd be interested. Well, I mean, I guess I'll look into it. It sounds like it could be interesting for sure. We'll just play out a bunch of stuff and hope it's good enough. I'm expecting at least one Awoken Giant from him. I'm hoping we don't see two. Can I get a Blitz unit? Well, what do we do here then? Does this even have any value at this stage? Playing it out? Should I wait for a autocannon? No question that we need to do this, I think. I think praying and waiting on an autocannon is probably not where we want to be. Okay. I don't know if I should be pleased that we won that one or a little sad. I think I'm a little sad. Because his deck had a healthy respect for aggro, running all the cards that we saw off of him, and he got like some decent draws and we still beat him. Feels kind of bad. Feel kind of dirty. But, you know, I think aggressive decks like this are pretty healthy for the format to like keep the really greedy, kind of dirtily decks in check, so. I mean, yeah, that's a heck of a draw. It looks like I didn't see the link. I think I have a setting where you can't post links right now. If you want to just, you know, I'm pretty active on the Discord. I could probably find the info. You could also just kind of like @ me on the Discord channel and I'll find it. So 100% this is our turn 2. We can FLAMMPANZER that or another 1-drop that he plays. Ooh, fast HEINZ. Kind of nice at this point. If we can get a third tank, we're in a really good spot. Ooh, damn. One resource short of that being amazing. It's probably good enough though. Because it gets him down to 4, and this, like, alone is another 3 damage. It's a pretty good draw. Another tank. Okay. Well, I'm glad I took the autocannon now. I think we'll do a few more matches with this one, and then I call it a day. Like I said, and for those who may have missed it, I am planning on streaming every Friday from about 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting next week. So you can check out more cards games and other games that I'll be playing during that time. And there's a chance I do some streaming on the odd weekend here and there as well, but Fridays going forward will be the typical. I think I want to keep Amphibious Assault for a FLAMMPANZER. Too bad we aren't going first. There's definitely like a series of draws that the German decks can do to just completely shut down your early pressure. I'm fine moving this into a missing, which he doesn't have, it seems. I probably should have moved that forward first, and then without triggering missing, I could have decided if it was worth playing this. Okay. With what can you replace the autocannon? Okay then. The autocannon's a pretty unique effect. Doesn't really have a clean replacement, but it acts as reach in the deck, so I mean, you could play like, I hate to name other elites, but I guess I will to start. You could play other burn cards like Bismarck and or Kriegsmarine. If you don't have those though, just probably want to fill the deck out more with, well, maybe Amphibious Assault, because the thing that autocannon's meant to do is give you that little bit of reach, especially if they have guard units that you can't get past, whereas Amphibious Assault lets you destroy those guard units. So maybe a third Amphibious Assault is fine instead of the autocannon. It could just also be fine to just run more units, especially like blitzy German tanks. That might be a fine replacement. Yeah, if you have the Bismarck, maybe run it and see how that feels. I'm not, because I feel like by turn 10 you should be winning the game most of the time with that deck, and if you're not, chances are the Bismarck's not going to be the thing to save you, but They're definitely, it's definitely not strictly worse than any of the cards that I'm running in the deck. There's definitely a reason to be running Bismarck. And the nice thing about Bismarck instead of autocannon is that like it doesn't require you to have units in hand or to have kept units in hand anticipating that you were gonna find your autocannon. Knowing that you don't have an autocannon in your deck, you can just run the units out and just like hope that you draw into a Blitzkrieg or something else that makes you know, that rewards you for that play. And Bismarck is just a solidly good card on its own. Alright, I kept the Encirclement in hand, knowing full well the risks that we would never get the front line. But that's also kind of why I kept the Amphibious Assault. So we'll see if we can push back what our opponent's doing here. Should be an interesting game. Obviously what we would like to do next turn is shoot this with this, play the Panzer, and take out the plane, and encircle one of those two things the following turn. Now any planes of those that he draws, he'll need to play something else along with it. Okay, no hesitation. We're definitely going to encircle this. Next turn we can go SDKFZ, move it up in between these two Blitzkrieg, and I think that might be enough damage to win. Blitzkrieg would be doing 9. These would be doing another 9, so 18. Yeah, more than enough damage. But we'll see what he does. He could easily have a Blitz unit to kill this. Nope. Hopefully the stream quality and everything like that has been good for you guys. If there are some things you think could be improved, feel free to let me know. I noticed that we did drop some frames over the course of this stream. Not too many, so it hasn't been too bad, but I don't think I'll keep this against the Stalingrad deck where you could just cat U shit or Bloody Sicklet really easily. Try to get other things. That's nice. If he has pesky guard units we have to deal with. Ooh, that's a bit annoying. Hopefully we can find a FLAMMPANZER for that. We might be forced to use the Amphibious Assault on this because this can just gain him so much health over the course of a game. Yeah. So next turn we could like SDKFZ, kill this if he moves it forward, move our other stuff up. Looks like we're gonna have to do that. He gains so much life from that though. I don't know if we can fight through what he has, but at the same time we can't let him just ready with these two cards and just take all our stuff and gain a bunch of health anyway, right? Might just have to try to fight through it. Take this out, move this forward, kill this. Hope that that put him... Hopefully he just has a bunch of clunky stuff in his hand left over. Man. Get wrecked, us. Wow, the autocannon's kind of nice, though. Well then. So, do we actually encircle this and just draw a buttload of cards? That might be our way to grind through what our opponent is doing. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, we want to shoot with this too. We could go 1, 2. That's unfortunate. I think I'm supposed to play this. So this can be taken out. Then what? I have to move up one of these things if I want this to have 0 operation cost. I think that's okay. Opponent's debating what he should shoot with his tank, because if he shoots anything other than this, this can finish the tank off. I think what we're doing next turn is looking for a Blitzkrieg, depending on what he does. That's probably the best hit in our hand. So if we look for a Blitzkrieg, if we fail to find it, we still can do a lot with our resources. If we hit it, the game's over. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Didn't find it. Found this, though. Don't know if that's worth it. Oop. What am I doing? I don't think that's worth playing anymore. I mean, you're dead on board, man. Alright, we'll play one more. That'll take us to about an hour. I tend to like to play an hour with each deck, so you guys get a fair, you know, get a good sense of what it's trying to do, how powerful it is, or how weak it is. This might be our last match, depending on how quickly it goes. I'm pretty impressed that we were able to fight through that engineer the way we did. So do I play this and kind of just use it as a redraw? Maybe. This is looking like a game where we're just going to lose because we were on the draw rather than the play. Like having a slow start might be worth doing this. Expect to see a Panzer III-H from him here. No, okay. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, that would have been nice a few turns ago. I think we could go with this. I'm super pleased with that exchange, actually. Oh, I'm so dumb. These won't have 0 operation cost. I always think, I'm so used to playing Blitzkrieg with tanks such that in my mind just says everything in the front line can operate for free when I play Blitzkrieg, but that's not true. That was such a punt. We probably lost the game from that. I think I'm actually going to take that out just so this can like potentially draw us multiple cards over the course of the rest of this game. Because I think that's our out now from my dumb mistake. Man, we'd be so... I could have... I could have done a billion more things. I mean, I could have just moved the one tank we had forward and played Blitzkrieg, and we'd be in such a good spot. I think I just keep hitting face. We could have done how much damage? We'd have like those other two tanks still on the field, and we could have done what, 10 damage? Dubs Eagle Claws? That's a great draw. Speak too soon, but it looks like despite our stupidity, our deck is going to drag us kicking and screaming past this finish line. Thanks, deck. I appreciate you. All right, well... Wasn't the cleanest win to end the stream on, but we got there. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and hope you enjoyed yourselves, and hope you'll come back and check out future streams. Like I said, every Friday, starting next week, looking to stream from the late morning to the afternoon, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. EST. You can check the schedule below the stream, and also don't forget to check out my YouTube channel for all the matches we played today, in the past, and all future matches as well. So have a good rest of your day and have a good weekend, all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Catch you later.